Hey, hey, and welcome to Breaking Bread, a show hosted by me, Crunk Chocolate, a show where we break verbal bread with a quote unquote enemy. Whenever Manchester City has an upcoming match, I will be here having a conversation with a supporter of City's upcoming opponent. Subscribe to our $6 tier a month to our original premium content like Breaking Bread with the Match Preview series. We have Chopping It Up, our interview series where we bring most dope personalities on to talk football. And we just had Aaron West on the other day. Lots of obviously Man City people, but tons of non-Man City people as well. Just check our social media, hit the link and the show descriptions. Check out the Patreon. You can see the episodes that have been out. Even if you don't want to subscribe, you can just purchase an episode and watch it. We do kind of like the pay-per-view deal as well. But after you buy two of them, you might as well just do the monthly deal. More than 20 hours of content. I'm not gonna lie. After the recording I've done this week, I'm pretty sure that's like 12 hours in itself in just a week. It's been a mad week. I'm halfway delirious. It bees like that, though. We are here to talk Everton men. Did an match preview for Everton women earlier today. So got both sides of Everton knocked out today. I am more hopeful about this match for the men than I am for the women's, but that's just simply because of injuries. It's not necessarily because the team is playing terribly, but also they're not playing great, but that's also because of injuries. I digress. We're here for City men. Oh, wow. We have, he's a favorite of ours, y'all. We haven't known him for too long, but he's become quite the favorite of ours. We've had him on the list stream. We've had him on match previews. He's representing Omaha. Shout out to the U.S. Open Cup. We're here to talk about some English, some football, not soccer. Everton, stand up. Shady Gang, give it up for our good friend. Braden, how are you?
Doing good. Confidence going into every City match, especially with Everton, is kind of fun lately. So either way, it's going to be a fun match. I just feel it.
No, I agree. It's going to be a tough match. Everton, once upon a time, used to be just a lick, be like a light work, easy win. But with their new manager, who has similar vibes to the old manager, but he is more mindful and purposeful with his team, the tactics, and everything. And you can even see it in the players. They're being able to attack. That's the big thing. It's just being able to attack. Who knew that makes a big difference trying to score goals? Who would think? Wow, that's good. You should try to do that.
I can definitely see that. I know plenty of teams have tried to do defense first. It doesn't really work that well in the game anymore, unfortunately, as much as I would like it to. But yeah, David Moyes is like, it makes a difference. Like, it's David Moyes, the journeyman. He knows how to do it. He's very good at not so much getting the most out of his players, but getting what he wants out of them, and at least getting results out of it.
That's fair. And normally we ask you, why do you love the club? Best quality about the club. But we've had you on before, been there, done that. So we're going to twist it. What has been a positive about this season for Everton?
Getting new ownership under the Friedkin Group. So with, it's from PSR breaches, points deductions, questions about future in the stadium, whatnot. It's nice to know that there's someone that has not only a track record of running clubs, because Friedkin Group also owns AS Roma in Italy, but also just trying to compete in European spots. I think that's at least a decent positive for the future, and also just not getting relegated. Because, I mean, if you look at the teams that are getting relegated this year, they're bad, but I don't feel like Everton was good enough at some points to be considered not relegation candidates until very recently. So
That's fair. And again, it was just because you weren't necessarily trying to win. You were just trying not to lose. And that's just not a way that any team should ever try to play. But I do think Everton are much better than Wolves. And Wolves, I've wanted to get relegated for at least the last 5 seasons. And one day, you're gone, Wolverhampton. Goodness gracious.
they'll be gone once Jorge Mendes retires and stops getting Portuguese players there.
Oh, I know. Then what are they gonna do? Yeah, they've been able to get players and then get them out for big money, and once that situation stops happening, they are done and over with. But I do want to talk about Moyes. He has come and saved you all from the hell that has been. Oh, Deitch. Oh, I feel so bad for y'all that happened. Then even before, I forgot about Lampard. Before that, he had Lampard. Honestly, Everton's really been through it lately.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh god! Like the funny thing is that like we had Ancelotti at one point.
I know, insane.
It was like for like the first like 8 or so games of the 2020-2021 season right after COVID. It was like, oh, it's Everton's on top. They're competing with Liverpool, whatnot. And then Real Madrid gets a call, whatnot, at the end of the season after like middling out. And it's like, oh, all right, guess we're kind of out of this. And then it just like, we get Rafa Benitez of all people, the guy that wins the Champions League with Liverpool for some reason. Well, and that also kind of goes to the point of like trying to get someone to do that job in like any, like specifically in England, is such a very hard thing to do, especially when you know you're a team that's tight on budget, tight on the players you can get. And then, of course, it's ownership not making up their mind on what they want. So,
oh my gosh. Moyes, he is a dinosaur, respectfully. And the game has evolved and steady growing. Do you see him as a manager you'll have 2-3 seasons from now, or is it just kind of you're just enjoying the moment while it lasts?
yeah, I enjoy it because like David Moyes, obviously he managed Everton until he got the United job once Ferguson left, whatnot. And it's nice the fact that like not only is the fact that yeah, he's a dinosaur, but he hasn't really skipped a beat with tactics. He knows how to win, doesn't matter what time, whether it be Everton early 2000s or West Ham winning a European trophy. Uh, but granted, I think they do have an extension at least through 26 with him. I would not be surprised if there comes a point where they have a manager that they actually want to put in for the future growth. But nothing has been said of that. There's no indication that they're planning on doing anything else. And it's funny because like with Real Madrid's knockout from Arsenal early this week and some questions of Ancelotti's future, I'm like, can we get him back? Let's try this again. Let's actually have like a full rebuild with a better ownership.
I mean, I'm here for that. Feel free to start pushing that, and I will completely join in and join on that whole propaganda. Ancelotti back to Everton. I would love that. That would be fun. That'd be great for the league, actually, especially where they are right now.
Yeah. It's either that or we go really big and just go for a Xabi Alonso, but I don't think we're going to get that.
That would be hilarious. Taking Xabi Alonso from Real Madrid, he goes to Everton. That would actually. I'm here for it. Either way. I'm here for it.
And the thing is that I love Xabi. Like he's played for almost every team I dislike in my life, whether it be Liverpool, Bayern, Real Madrid, whatever. But like I like what he is as a coach. He's a great tactician. I absolutely love it. But I need to be more realistic about what we're going to get at Everton because I don't think we've had a top manager since before the Premier League.
Yeah, it's I'm terrible with trying to figure out who City's manager is going to be. So to try to figure out who the next manager for any other club, that's so. But I'm the type where I'm now just like, I don't really care. Just announce who it is, and I will. If I don't know who it is, I'll do the research. If I know who it is, I'll give my thoughts. I like the whole rumor mill and the thoughts. I play into it for the camera, but once the camera is off, I don't care, guy. I don't care. Just make the announcement. We'll go. It's just so tiring, and this is an awful feeling to be at when the transfer window is about to start. It's just
right.
So I gotta get this figured out.
It's funny because like I'm at the opposite. Like I don't care who it is for Everton. I just want them to be competent. I want them to be able to, at the very least, keep them afloat and not be boring. Hopefully, but like for Union Omaha, my more personal like hometown fan, I'm like, all right. As soon as we had Jay Mims leave after his third season, whatnot, we're like, all right, who are we gonna get? Who are we gonna get? Like we're looking at like open coaches within the United States, and then we get an assistant from El Paso down at Casiado who has a great history of like scouting and all that, and we didn't realize, oh yeah, this guy, he's legit. So you know what? Maybe Everton will surprise me this time.
Honestly, probably. Especially like you said, with the new ownership, the new stadium. If you are a manager, especially one who wants to kind of take a chance, this is your chance. It's I'm very hopeful.
Yeah.
I would much rather, again, you're a shade of blue. So I'm on your side, especially compared to the other team in that area. Take over. They're already way too much money on old man Van Dyke and Salah. So that could be the beginning of the end for them, which could be the beginning of beautiful things for Everton. Let's talk about Everton's recent form. They beat Forest, which did not see that coming. Thank you. Really do appreciate that as a team who does have UCL hopes and they're above us. That was a shock. And then even the draw to Arsenal, that brought me plenty hearty ha-has. A tough loss to Liverpool, but 1-0, that's great. And then just a bunch of draws, and then the win to Crystal Palace, and even in that bunch of draws is a draw to Liverpool. Again, haven't been playing bad, but compared to how you were at the beginning of the season, it is actually very positive. So how are you feeling about their run of recent form?
So with the like international break ending, whatnot, and like April starting the Premier League again, whatnot. Like the one thing I'm very impressed is the fact that Everton just hasn't allowed, especially with the fact that they're playing 5 European hopefuls this month, whatnot, in total. Like not allowing them to score, not allowing them to have oxygen in what they do best for offensive. And I think Forrest was a nice one because Forrest likes to press at certain points within their build up for offense, whatnot. They're not really a possession heavy team. And the funny thing is Everton did a from a corner on the Forest side back to goal to get the game winning goal that way. And I think that's just kind of like what David Moyes is trying to do, especially with like a lot of better teams, like where you got City next for the next match, and then we got Chelsea after that to finish out the month. Like this is a tough stretch of matches, and sure, it may not mean anything for Everton in the long run, but it has European implications for everybody. So if Everton's going to make it hard for everybody, I prefer that than just having it happen and just have them score goals.
I like it better when Everton is the team where you kind of know what to expect. with this team. You are playing great. Fucking Beto. Beto's a beast. He is actually who. Now that DS and Vardiol have been paired right next to each other, they're a pretty good pairing. They handle and read each other very well. I'm not as